My name is Rachel Alexander, and I live in Santa Ana, California. About a year ago, I decided that I was going to quit my full-time job and come and live with my grandmother along with my mom and my daughter. We were going to take care of her. And during that time, my grandmother had kind of decided that we were going to inherit this home after she had passed. My grandmother slowly got worse and worse, and she eventually passed away February of this year. We decided that we were going to continue living in this house. But the hard part is that once she passes away, we have to pay for it, and we just knew that we weren't going to be able to fix up the house and pay for the home equity line of credit because that's just a ton of money. So ultimately we had to decide to sell the house. Finally, we decided that we were going to start looking into other options because this just wasn't an option for us to fix it. We decided to go to Dallas because I have my daughter and we wanted her to go to a good Christian school there, so we literally based our house on the school and we fell in love, and that's when we decided this is where we want to be. So immediately when you even think about selling your house, you start getting like creepy postcards from random people who are like, we're gonna buy your house for such and such and we're ready to buy it now, and it's just super overwhelming. I think ultimately I just was watching the show and I was like, you know, maybe this is an option for us. And at the time, I didn't even know there was such a thing where he would buy the house. And that's when I called Tarek Buys Houses. My initial call, I was very reluctant because I didn't know what I was walking into and I wasn't sure how the process went because I've never had to be in the situation before where I call someone and they're buying my house without having to go through the realtor process and all that. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give this a chance and go with my gut. So I called and the representative was super honest, super welcoming, and he explained everything and they explained the process and how it worked out. From there, kind of gave me my time to be able to think, is this the right step for me? And they were giving me tons of advice and what to do and what other options there were as well. But ultimately, they literally held my hand through the entire phone call and they were giving me constant support. That was very like calmly explained, and it wasn't all these like high-tech words where you don't understand and you're like signing stuff but secretly you're not knowing what you're signing. It was very transparent and clear, and I think that's something that everyone wants, especially in a time of grief or in a time where you kind of have a million things on your mind, to like have someone to be like, this is what it is, and that's that. Knowing that from the very beginning they give you a solid amount and at the end it's still that was super relieving, especially when you know if you're going to buy another home and you need a certain amount of money, you know, you want to make sure that you're giving what they told you, and that was one thing that I never had to worry about. I would say at the end of the day that God definitely does work in mysterious ways, and something that I never thought that I was going to even do or think of ended up being like the best thing that I could have ever imagined. It's the best decision that we've ever made in the end. Everything turned out perfect.